Alright, so today we're jumping into a really powerful one-act play by Cecilia called Perdekrag. Now, on the surface, it's a story that takes place in a horse stable, but believe me, it is about so much more than that. We're talking guilt, forgiveness, and the totally surprising ways people and animals can heal. So let's get into it. To really get what this play is all about, you've got to start with the title itself. It's this fantastic bit of wordplay that really holds the key to the entire story. Okay, so this is where it gets really clever. Perdekrag literally translates to horsepower, right? You think of mechanical, raw, engine power. But the play just flips that idea on its head and redefines it as something way deeper, the healing power of horses. It's all about how this gentle, empathetic kind of power can conquer the destructive forces we all face in our lives. So, how does this whole theme of power actually play out? Well, let's meet our three main characters. Each one of them shows up at the Silverkloof stables carrying some serious, invisible baggage. A whole lot of guilt. First up, you've got Wilma. She owns the stables, and she is completely guarded, totally closed off. And it all stems from this immense guilt she feels over a drunk driving accident that killed her own horse. Then there's Binky, a shy teenager whose bitterness is really just a shield. She's hiding these deep physical and emotional scars from a fire where she couldn't save her dog. And finally, there's Lucky. He's at the stables doing community service, and he is just a ball of aggression, lashing out at a world he feels has made him feel small and worthless. So you can probably guess what happens next, right? You throw these three wounded people together, and the tension is immediate. The stables basically become a pressure cooker for all their pain, and the conflict between Lucky and Wilma in particular just explodes. And this quote right here, it just perfectly sums up Lucky's mindset at the beginning. He's lashing out, calling wealthy people rich rats, and he shows zero empathy for animals. But his anger isn't just random. It's completely rooted in how he feels about poverty and how unfair his life has been. And that's the real key here, isn't it? Lucky's external conflicts, all his arguments with Wilma, his roughness with the horses, that's all just a projection of what's going on inside. He's fighting this desperate internal war against his own feelings of being completely worthless. This really lays it all out, doesn't it? It's a total clash of worldviews. Lucky sees himself as a victim, just railing against a system he thinks is rigged. Wilma, on the other hand, is all about personal responsibility and respecting life. I mean, these two are on a collision course from the second they meet. But with all this friction and anger just simmering under the surface, something's gotta give. The story builds and builds to this massive climax, a real turning point, where these characters have no choice but to face their pain head on. And boy does it come to a head in this one incredible scene. Lucky's frustration just boils over, and he threatens this massive stallion, Kaiser, with a whip. But instead of fighting back with violence, Kaiser just knocks him over. It's an act of dominance, sure, but there's no malice. And that simple act just shatters Lucky's tough guy act. He completely breaks down, crying, apologizing to the horse. And in that raw, vulnerable moment, Kaiser shows him sympathy. And that's when Lucky finally gets it. He finally understands a different kind of power, the power of connection. This moment, this is the absolute heart of Perdekrag. This is that healing power of horses in action. It's not about breaking an animal's spirit. It's about an animal's grace, helping to mend a broken human one. And what's so powerful is that Lucky's big moment doesn't just happen in isolation. As his own emotional walls start to crumble, it actually creates a space for Binky to finally confront her own trauma. So in this really tense moment, Lucky grabs Binky's arm, and her sleeve rips by accident, revealing the burn scars she's been hiding this whole time. For this new, more empathetic Lucky, it's a total shock. He finally sees the physical proof of her pain, and all his judgment just evaporates. It's instantly replaced with real, genuine compassion. So now that everything's out in the open for both of them, the real work can finally start. The walls between them just fall apart. And that's when forgiveness and acceptance can finally step in. And this new bond, it's completely transformative. Lucky's acceptance helps Binky stop seeing her scars as something to be ashamed of. He helps her take that first step on the path to accepting herself, wounds and all. And all of this leads up to this absolutely beautiful final scene in the play. You have all 6 characters, the 3 humans and the 3 horses, Kaiser, Lady Jane, and Tinkerbell, all standing together in the ring. The anger, the tension, it's all gone. And in its place is this quiet harmony, one that's built on trust and acceptance. So, when you take a step back from all the pain and the healing, what's the big takeaway here? What is Perdekrag really trying to leave us with? Well, at its heart, the play is this really powerful look at guilt and just how important it is to own our mistakes. It's about forgiveness, not just giving it to other people, but the much, much harder job of forgiving ourselves. It's about accepting our flaws, our scars, the ones you can see and the ones you can't. And of course, it's about celebrating that deep healing bond that can form between people and animals. So in the end, what this play is really telling us is that true Perdekrag, real power, isn't found in anger or force or in an engine. It's found in being vulnerable, in connection, and in the quiet strength it takes to forgive our deepest wounds and accept each other, just as we are. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on, doesn't it? In this story, where humans and animals help each other heal, you have to wonder, who is really saving whom? All right.
Okay, so today we're diving into something a little different. A one-act play.
Interesting choice.
It is called Perdekrag by Cecilia du Toit.
Perdekrag, huh? And what's that all about?
Well, first of all, if you're wondering about the title itself, it's Afrikaans,
Okay.
and it means horsepower.
Horsepower. Like cars and engines and all that?
Yeah, you'd think that, right? But in this play, it's not about engines at all.
Huh. Okay, so then what does horsepower actually mean in this context?
Well, Perdekrag is all about how connecting with horses can lead to healing, like the power of that bond between people and animals.
So it's like it's taking this familiar phrase and kind of turning it on its head?
Yeah, exactly. It's a really neat twist.
And it's a one-act play, you said?
Exactly. Just 2 short scenes, or tonal, as they're called in the play.
Oh, tonal. That's what sounds kind of mysterious.
Right. And it all takes place on a farm at this riding school named Silverkloof Stables.
Silverkloof Stables, okay.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is the whole story happens over just 2 Saturdays in September, like one weekend.
Wow, so it's all very focused, very condensed.
Yeah, no kidding. And, you know, at its heart, Perdekrag is exploring some big ideas like forgiveness.
Forgiveness, as in like asking for it and granting it?
Yeah, both sides of it.
Sure.
And also the idea that interacting with animals can help people heal.
Oh, interesting. That connection between humans and animals. That's a pretty universal thing, isn't it?
For sure. And the play really makes you think about how important it is to accept and forgive each other.
Sounds pretty deep. So, who are the characters we're going to meet in this Silverkloof Stables?
Well, there are 3 main human characters. Lucky, who's 17.
Okay.
Then there's Binky, also 17.
2 teenagers. Got it.
And then the adult in the mix is Wilma Boats. She's the one who owns and runs Silverkloof Stables.
Right. The stable owner.
Okay.
And are there any other important characters?
Oh, we can't forget the horses. They're actually really important to the story.
Okay, so like what kind of horses?
So there's Kaiser. He's a stallion. And he's described as being really strong, you know, like a king.
Kaiser. That's a good name for a powerful horse.
Right. And then there's Lady Jane. She's a mare. So graceful. Like a queen.
Okay, I'm getting a sense of a theme here.
And last but not least, there's Tinkerbell. She's a young pony, all cute and playful.
Tinkerbell. Aw, come on.
That's adorable.
I know, right? So we've got these characters, but when the play starts, they're all dealing with some pretty difficult things.
Like what?
Well, Wilma is carrying a lot of guilt because she actually caused the death of one of her horses.
Oh, no. How did that happen?
She was drinking, and, well, it led to an accident.
So she's burdened by that past mistake. That's got to be tough.
Especially because her whole life revolves around horses. Then you've got Binky.
What's her story?
She's struggling with guilt and shame, too. But it's over something that happened in the past. A fire where her dog died.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, and it's left her really bitter towards her mother. Like, she blames her for what happened.
So the fire is kind of like this shadow hanging over her.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, and what about Lucky? What's his deal?
Well, Lucky's the one who's been sentenced to community service at the stables. Ah, so he's the one who has to work with the horses as punishment.
Exactly, and it's for something pretty serious.
What'd he do?
He drowned some kittens.
Oh, wow, that's That's disturbing.
Right. And at first, he comes across as really cruel, almost like he's taking his anger out on the animals.
Oh no, I bet Wilma's not too thrilled about that.
You can say that again. They definitely clash over it. But the play also suggests that Lucky is fighting some internal battles, too.
Like maybe his cruelty comes from something deeper, you know?
Yeah, that's the sense you get. It's like